Also at guard, number 20, junior, Evan Anderson. The third guard in the lineup, number 23, senior, Nate Marcel. Guarding it forward, number 31, sophomore, Max Standard. And the other forward, number 32, junior, Christian Durant. Fairhaven is coached by Bob Penable.
Stand up, 1, 2, 3, 7!
Now for the Otters. Starting at guard, number 5, sophomore, Vicky Naylor. Also at guard, number 10, junior, Stacey Babcock. The third guard in the lineup, number 15, junior, Joey Macero. Starting it forward, number 3, junior, Lisa Chapin. And the other forward, number 32, junior, Bradley Christian. Otter Valley is coached by Bob Wall. Please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
There's a future high school basketball player right there on the bench. I got to get that young man's name, but he is just adorable. He's got the fancy shirt, the tie on, and he's on a Slater bench. And you've got the introductions from Mary McDonald, the PA announcer here at Mount St. Joseph Academy, of course the athletic director also. But this is the consolation game between Fairhaven, and you can see they're in the dark blue uniforms taking on Otter Valley. And I got to tell you, two very similar teams after watching the first round of this tournament. Each suffered significant losses. Otter Valley did make a late charge against MSJ, but most of the part they did struggle to find their offense. They're all right defensively, but find their offense. And it comes from the guard play. Both teams tonight are expecting a lot more out of their guard play. And one of the keys to Fairhaven would be to get Christian Doran involved in the offense a lot more. He had very minimal amount of touches, I would think, for a guy 6'7". And you can see him out there, number 32 in dark blue. He's jumping against Bradley Christian. Now, Bradley was listed as number 32 the other night in the roster. You can see his jersey number is 31. I just want to apologize for that. I mispronounced, I called him the wrong name all night because of the roster, but that's Bradley Christian, number 31 out there. But again, guard play is going to be very important, not only to get the ball down inside to the low post players, but just be able to bring the ball up Otter Valley. And both Fairhaven had a lot of problems getting presses against the teams that beat them in the first round. Montpelier and MSJ in the first round, they lost to those two teams, and the backcourt pressure really did affect the guard play. The guard's play was really affected by backcourt pressure. So George Cook will toss it up. We have Kirk Abrahamson out there as the other official, and Munger Vision bringing you the MSJ Tip-Off Tournament 2008-2009, and it's the 8th Tip-Off Tournament, and I've done them all. We'll go through the rosters as this night unfolds, but again, it's 8-minute quarters, overtime if necessary, and everything goes. You got you can play a zone, you can play a man, you can press, you can shoot three-point shots. And again, you can see they'll work the baseline. That was Marcel with the touch, and they'll just bring the ball back around to Amory, number 20. Now, the other night I pronounced it Amory, and then I checked with the scorers table tonight where they keep the book for Fairhaven. They said it's Amory. No, they didn't. They said it's Amory. There we go. I got it. And Marcel, on the violation, will turn the ball over. And again, Fairhaven will do that. They don't really have an up-tempo style of game. They use a lot of long half-court sets. This is Naylor with the ball, and he had a very quiet night the other night. He's very capable of hitting that outside three-point shot. And of course, also very capable of putting the ball on the floor and driving to the hole, being a slasher. But I like the fact, yeah, he got blocked, but you got to go in and challenge the big man. See if you pick up some fouls on Doran. There's Breslin. Like I said, he had a lot of problems the other night with the press thrown out there by Montpelier, and Breslin will get to the top of the arc to kick the ball on the baseline. It opens up. I expect this to be an extremely close, extremely competitive ball games, just because the two teams have a lot of similar problems and a lot of similar pluses. They're very equally matched, I guess, as they're looking for Bradley Christian down low inside, the ball knocked away. Fairhaven will have the ball go out of bounds off from Babcock of Otter Valley, number 10. And I'd like to welcome the viewers from both the Otter Valley and Fairhaven area. And that's our first sign of the year. Can't make it out, but. So Amory had the ball, number 20. See him go down inside. It's going to be from the outside, short off the front of the rim. And Christian with the block out, but the ball came down to Chapin. And up on the break. No, it's out on the rim and go. Doran with the outlet pass is a one and done deal. And Amory able to get control of the basketball. Babcock sealed him off from coming any further inside. Marcel up from the baseline will get it. And Fairhaven will grab the 2-0 lead with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. It took 2 minutes for the first bucket. I expect this between that mid-40, mid-50 point range. That's going to be blocked from behind. As Breslin got a piece of it, you're trying to take it into Doran. And I like Otter Valley's philosophy here. They aren't taking him right into the big man. And it might take 1 or 2 or 3 quarters, but if they can get in some foul trouble, that'll loosen things up way inside from you. You might have a bunch of shots blocked before that, but they tried to feed the low post, and that was poked away from behind. Marcel will work it down the sideline, past the scores table, over midcourt to the free throw line. He'll give it up now on the, a little 8-footer, and he'll get it. Oh my goodness, he's further out than I thought. They're saying a 3-point shot, so my old eyes didn't see that, but it'll become a timeout call. They have it as 4 points on the board, but the indication was a 3-point shot. I didn't think it was, but we'll go with the timeout call. See, George Cook started off. Scoreboard has it 5:38 to go in this first quarter. 4-0. We'll go with the scoreboard right now, and that is going to be Fairhaven with the lead. And you can see Otter Valley right there. And again, I'll tell you, 0 is Mitchell Reed. Josh Getch is number 1. Zach Welch number 2. Jesse Chapinworth 3. Rick Naylor wears 5. Casey Babcock is 10. Cody Keith number 13. Joey Mazzaro's 15. Butler Tola 20. Bradley Christian 31. And Steve Thurston is 32. And Mazzaro's warmed up late in the ball game against MSJ, but when he found his shot, it started to drop for him. They needed him to get hot early. So that was the first time out taken by either side, it depends what you like. And they have corrected it. Yeah, it is 5-0 now. So that was a 3-point shot, and it goes 5. And I'll be interested to rewatch the tape or the DVD after I create it. It just didn't seem that far out, but again, my eyes are getting toward that half-century mark. He traveled, yeah. He wanted to get to that baseline because it was open, and he traveled, and that's a good call by the official. Again, Herb Abrahamson, George Cook, the officials for this consolation game in the tip-off tournament here at MSJ. Have a lot more high school basketball for you on Channel 15 on Munger Vision. Oh, and we got a 3-second call down inside. That'll be a turnover. Now we'll give Otter Valley back the ball. They're down by a 5-0 score. Cody Keith, number 13, coming in the ball game for Joey Mazzaro's, and that's an Otter Valley change. So Keith will take the ball out of bounds. And there's just another switch coming in now as they bring Kaludi 14 in for Fairhaven. And I'm just wondering, because I have an injured player, Breslin, down below me with a bloody lip. And I'm thinking that's why they had to stop in action and had a substitution coming in the ball game for the Fairhaven Slaters. They're looking baseline, and Cody Keith took his eye off the ball. I'll tell you, it's things like that, you just can't beat yourselves. When you don't have a go-to scorer established right now, or a confident backcourt combination, or you don't have a low post presence. I mean, you've just got to do little things right, and one of the things is not to turn the ball over unforced. There's another bucket on the baseline. I believe that was Amory with the basket, and it'll make it 7-0 now. So Fairhaven off to a 7-0 lead. And one of the keys tonight for both these teams was not to fall way behind, and that's going to be Naylor with a nail in that one with a 3-point shot. 7-3 on Valley's first bucket comes from the perimeter by Rick Naylor. And he's the type of guard. I've watched him play through all the younger age groups up through. He's the kind of guy that can easily light it up for double digits tonight. There's where I like to see Doran, just as a fan and as a basketball entrepreneur, is down inside like that. And they kept him way up high the other day offensively. And Bradley Christian pops out, and he'll get the basketball back to Naylor. 9-3 Fairhaven up. They got the dark blue uniforms on. Otter Valley considered the home team in the whites. That's going to be Naylor, and he's 2 for 2 from 3-point range, and he's brought it back to a 3-point game at 9-6. So the Slaters have been dominant early on, but only have a 3-point lead. And Amory to Standard to Doran, and that's why I just couldn't understand the other night in their loss in the first round. They just didn't use that big man down inside. Look at Naylor, got a block, and he was out of bounds when he touched the basketball. But again, attack, take it right into the teeth of the defense. And Mazzaro's coming back in for Cody Keith. It's 11-6. Fairhaven leads Rick Naylor. As Kaludi with the touch brought it back to Marcel, and now they'll go up the sideline, and Mazzaro's trying to play from behind, and you can't do that. Oh, Amory got right down on the drive and didn't take the shot. Traveled. Yep. They're calling that real tight this year in every game I've done, even at the college level at St. Joe's College, where I broadcast games from, or video cast. And Walsh and Getcha at the scores table for Otter Valley. They'll be checking in. Next opportunity for the Otters. This is Naylor. Boy, they came up to contest because he see now, that's great thinking. That's a thinking man right there, Naylor. He'd hit 2 3-point shots, so the defense came way out on the perimeter to contest. It's going to be a foul on Babcock. Once the defender overcommitted and came rushing at him, he just put it on the floor, drove by him. Which shows you the point I was making earlier about Naylor. He can hit from the outside or he can slash the hole. And with that basket, it goes 11-8 now. I rally down by just 3. Doran's going to take a breather. And Dan Ellis, 22 in the ball game now for the Fairhaven Slaters. They've got that 11-8 lead with 3:16 to go in the first quarter in a consolation game at the MSA Tip-Off Tournament 2008. Ellis with the basketball. He holds it on the elbow, wants to look down inside, gets it on the baseline to Standard, and they'll play a little inside-outside toss and catch. Amory with the basketball now. To Kaludi. Kaludi hit a couple outside shots in the first game of the tournament, so I mean he's very capable. Gets you defensively right out on the body of Amory. Nice job defensively. The ball fake, the shot pulled down. Kaludi, and again this is Fairhaven offense right here. Very patient. That's off the mark, off the glass to Mazzeros. He'll put it on the floor. You want to outlet the ball to Naylor, and that option was taken away by Kaludi. Walsh with the basketball, and he'll bring it back to Getcha. Getcha will whip the pass around to Mazzeros. To Naylor, to the bucket. No. A rare miss from the outside for Naylor. And Walsh diving at the basketball will have it go out of play, and it'll become Fairhaven possession here with 2:30 to go. Some pressure now being applied in the backcourt. I like this different look. We didn't see a lot of different looks till too late. The press was employed by Otter Valley late in the MSJ game, and it was extremely effective. And right here, it's early to tell, but it seems like it's going to pick the tempo up a little bit. We have a timeout call. I think they're going to talk about the press. It's going to be a full timeout with 2:22 to go. It's 11-8. Fairhaven would lead over Otter Valley on Munger Vision. Now, so one thing they were talking about was tempo of the ball game during that timeout on the Fairhaven bench. They thought they were playing way too fast. Right now, like I said, they're not an up-tempo team, and they want the press to dictate the tempo and pick up the intensity out there for Otter Valley. I like the fact that the Otter Valley squad has tried to change the tempo by going to the full court press. Like I said, late in the MSJ lost MSJ in that game. The press did work very well for Otter Valley. I like the fact that they come out and they've contested the inside size advantage that Fairhaven has. It's going to be up, and it's going to be good. Naylor, I have him as double digits now. I have him as his 10th point of the ball game unofficially. Mazzeros with the steal, and oh, what a great job by Savage. They had a man wide open for the bunny shot. I believe it was going to be Getcha, and Savage took the ball away. Oh, got it inside, and he missed it. Right, beautiful pass. Got it inside to Savage, and he was just ugly off the glass. A little bit too hard, and not a little bit too hard, way too hard. And boy, great ball movement though. Naylor with a 1-point ball game wanted to go screen and roll back to Mazzeros, and Savage again playing a good defense, made the steal. He'll bring it back to Kaludi. Kaludi sealed off from driving below the free throw line. He'll put up the 3-ball instead, and that's not going to help. That's not going to make the coach very happy at all on the quick shot. Yeah, and that's. And that was the discussion. As Naylor coming out of the ball game, Babcock will take his place. Naylor, I have him down as all 10 points for Otter Valley. It's unofficial. I just realized that. I think I have 10 points, and I looked, that's what the score was. So chances are, whether you like me or not, I'm probably right. It happens occasionally. Getcha. Well, we'll see what Otter Valley comes up with for a score now that Naylor's on the bench taking a breather. No shot clock to worry about. We're less than a minute to go. We're at 54 seconds to go. And again, it's been Fairhaven early. Otter Valley in the middle came back. It's 11-10 right now, and they're going to hold. I can't believe it. 48 seconds, and they're spreading the floor like they're going to hold for the last shot. I think tempo is key. I don't think slow tempo is really favoring Otter Valley. I think by trying to pick up the tempo earlier, this tactic of holding the ball kind of slows everything down. And that's going to be off the mark after a long 45-second possession. They came up with an outside shot and didn't get the rebound, didn't get the bucket. Kaludi with the basketball, 24 seconds to go. Now I can really see Fairhaven holding the ball here for the last 24 seconds. They want to overload one side of the floor. They want to reverse the basketball to it. They want to try to get Doran on the baseline. Oops, they faked me out with that pass. That's Breslin, all wide open Zealous. Beautiful. Exactly what the coach talked about in the huddle at that timeout. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 13-10 Babcock. I don't know if he's realized it, but they're not going to get the shot off. Will it count? Will it count? It's good, they say. Kirk Abrahamson says that's a good bucket, as that was just right at the buzzer. Walsh will tie the game up at 13-all at the end of 1 quarter of play in the consolation game on Munger Vision. So it'll be the Otters with that literally at the buzzer 3-point shot by Walsh. Game tied up. They'll have the first possession of the second quarter, and I really don't know how this could become a runway or a route for either side, because like I said, they're very similar in their struggles, and they're very similar in what they wanted. Now, all except for tempo, I think they're very much alike. Babcock to Chapin. I think if Fairhaven can get Otter Valley to play at this tempo, then this definitely favors the Slaters. So it's going to be Chapin up, and no. Rebound is all Breslin. He's on the boards, number 13, and he'll snap the pass in the front court to Amory, to Marcel. Back to Breslin, and that might have been partially blocked. Standard's fouled. Got the weak side offensive rebound. Nobody put a body on that weak side, and he got in and got fouled. Babcock will get the foul, and Standard will go to the line, and he'll be shooting a couple. That is 2 team fouls on Otter Valley, and both of them are on Babcock. And a swoosh for Standard. So Max Standard would be a great boxing name if he was a boxer. It's pretty good for basketball, but and Mazzero's coming in. If they're going to slow the game, well, he's coming in for Babcock, who's got the 2 fouls. But also, you need somebody like Mazzero's who can bring you a lot of offense if they're going to go to that half-court offense. And they're working real hard to get that blood stop from Breslin's lip. That's what the stop and play was there. They had him ice on the sideline. That's no good. But tell you what, nice job by Bradley Christian to get around there and just box out the best he could. So it's 14-13 Fairhaven, and Naylor gave up the shot this time. Getcha open, fires, fades, and no. Again, Doran on the glass, had the ball taken away by Chapin. Chapin took it right back, and boy, they had great pressure on the ball hawking it, but nobody covered the outlet pass up, and they were able to get the ball to Breslin, to Amory, and that's going to be tossed away. Bob Walsh with the catch. Now we're going to have a switch for Otter Valley. Number 32 coming in the ball game is Steve Thurston. So Stephen Thurston, 32, in the basketball game now. He took the ball out of bounds, brought it into Rick Naylor. Naylor will call the play out. Again, very young squads out there for both sides. Both teams obviously very affected by graduation. Naylor with 6:37 to go in the half. Mazzeros. But again, I like the fact that they pressed to pick up the tempo. I like the fact that they attacked early on the first quarter. But they've really let the game be dictated tempo-wise now by Coach Bob Prenevos and the Slaters. That's going to be off the mark, and it's going to be a long rebound to the first row, and it's going to stay down this one with Otter Valley. So Mazzeros on the far side of the Common Avenue Gym, MSA, the host team. And it's a cool place to come watch a basketball game. Plenty of good seating. And like I said, I'm glad. I always like doing the tip-off tournament because I get to see a lot of the local schools. Well, Mazzeros with a weak side rebound. He went to go up. Somebody had a good hold on him. And, oh, they're going to call it on the floor. No shots coming up. Wow. Well, he was trying his best to get a shot off, but he won't get the break on the call, and the ball will go out of bounds on the baseline. Otter Valley will set up, well, it is the room box formation to bring the ball into play. The Otters look inside. What's it there? It came outside to Bradley. Now Mazzeros with the ball. Marcel on him. Naylor will catch fire, and he's cooled off a lot. He's not setting and squaring. He's shooting a lot more off balance right now. Otter Valley, though, with another offensive rebound. Last minute in play, they've gotten quite a few couple of second chances. Chapin wanted to drive. That was taken away. He'll set it up for a 2-point shot and swish it. 5 points for Chapin now. There's Amory. Got out of that trap. Again, kind of feel the intensity. He's trying to shift a little bit over to the Otter Valley Otter side. Fairhaven. And Thurston almost came up with the steal. I was just checking my roster. Yeah, I got Chapin right. Marcel, Kaludi, Breslin, Standard, and Doran out there right now for Fairhaven, with Ellis getting set to check in, number 22. Worked the ball to Kaludi. His pass came back up top. Naylor almost knocked the ball away from Breslin. couple sophomores out there guarding each other, and also we have a change coming in for Otter Valley. I'll get that for you on a second here. On the drive, no good. Rebound comes down, and that's going to be Mitchell Reed out there for the Otters, wearing the headband, wearing 0. He's in the ball game now. There's a steal by Fairhaven. They'll come back to Kaludi. It came from Marcel. Now back to Breslin. Boy, I tell you, they had the entry pass. They had a much better angle to get the ball down inside the door, and nobody got them the basketball down low. And Coach Prenovo's, well, I don't lack of a better word, preaching from the sideline here, trying to tell them to get the ball down inside. A one and done on that possession, and it's going to be Fairhaven on the defensive glass, and they're able to get the ball into Breslin's hands. And Breslin, again, stayed away. Got to stay away from those sidelines, especially if there's going to be a trapping defense on you, especially up high like that above the arc. So 15-14, Otter Valley with the lead. 4:31 to go in the half, and it's close, it's tight, and it's competitive. Cody Keith coming in for Joey Mazzeros for Otter Valley. Each team looking for their first win of the very young season. I'll have the championship game between Mount St. Joseph Academy and Montpelier for you at a later date on Channel 15. Don't forget, you can also, if you're too anxious to wait, you can also just go to the internet, to the website, PEGTV.com, click on Video on Demand, Streamline Video, and there's Ellis inside for the bucket. They reversed the basketball, got everybody shifting, then just slid it in the backside and got the nice little bunny shot. If you go to PEGTV.com, you can watch the game right on the internet, right on your computer. There's Cody Keith, had the touch, went to Chapin. This is Thurston, no, front rim, rebound, all Doran on it. Now they got some numbers. They've got the break coming ahead, Ellis, and I love it. I love basketball at an upbeat tempo and to push the ball. They got the men out running, and they had a 3-on-2, and they converted that into an easy bucket, 18-15. Fairhaven with the lead. Walsh off the bench. He'll be coming back in for Otter Valley. Chapin, Keith, the basket, no. Rebound, oh, Bradley Christian went up and got the rebound and then a whistle on the play. We'll get the foul called by Kirk Abrahamson. It's going to be Breslin with the foul. You can see the call there. And they're going to have Jesse Maynard, number 12, coming in the basketball game for Fairhaven. And I thought the foul was on the floor. And that's where it is. Everybody's kind of getting on the box there. Going to be taken out of bounds by Mazzeros. Cody Keith working at the top of the arc will just swing the ball around. And again, they're trying to do that right there. Quick reversal, open shot, in and out. Rebound, Fairhaven, standard. Mazzeros, and let's see who touched the last. It's going to be off from, Mazzeros. Yeah, I got to tell you, I thought it went off from standard out of bounds. But George Cook's standing right on top of it. And George, see him breaking up the tension out there. George's a fun guy. He does a good job, too, out there. They'll bring the ball to Kaludi, and then you can see some more pressure in the backcourt. Fairhaven, no problem breaking the press this time. It's Maynard with the basketball, number 12. He just came into the lineup just a few seconds ago for the Slaters. And boys pass, you want to bring it back down to Ellis, wasn't there. Kaludi came back to meet the pass, gave an angle, give him the basketball. Been a lot of jobs, or dribbles being taken up high, and I don't know why. They don't develop a better angle, get the ball down low like that. Beautiful catch and shot by Ellis. Nice pair of hands by Ellis just to make the grab on that. 20-15 now. Fairhaven re-establishing themselves here with that 5-point lead. But remember, the end of the first quarter, Otter Valley able to come back and put a little flurry together, get things tied up at 13. See if they have that capability here in the second quarter to have that strong finish to the quarter. Cody Keith, no good. Rebound, Dorn. He'll turn, fire, and get a high lobbing outlet pass to Kaludi. Kaludi wanted to push the ball inside. Well, it got there, and Ellis will make the basket. Took a different route to get there, but that's going to be close to how much longer before Coach Walsh will call a timeout now. It's team down by 7. As it's an 8-0 run right now by Fairhaven. Remember, they're down 15-14, and now they're up 22-15. Baseline, no. Well, one thing is it's a one and done every time down. That's going to be off from the hands of Maynard to Naylor to Cody Keith. No, couldn't hammer it, and there's a foul. No shots coming up, foul on the floor, and that's going to be the third team foul. Not a lot of whistles here in this first half. Yeah, and Babcock back in for Cody Keith for Otter Valley. Mazzero's going to take the ball out of bounds on the baseline underneath their own basket. They'll set the box formation up, and they look, and they'll pop free up top. Nothing happening down inside. And they didn't really even give it a look too much down inside. That is a tough pass to handle by Babcock, but he did. Mazzero's taking the bumps. They'll fade, and no, and again it's a 1 and out. That's becoming a big statistic now. Defensive rebounds, it's starting to really tip toward Fairhaven on the scale here. Maynard will have the basketball. He'll take a long angle to that pass. He'll get it to Doran. He'll roll it downside to Ellis, and they've been playing. See what's happening? Walsh got pinned on the backside. You can't play defense from the backside on that roll to the basket play. 24-15, 9-point lead now for the Slaters with a minute 14 to go in the half. Nice job of not traveling there by Naylor. It was quite a ball fake. Ball was tipped, came up to Naylor. That was Ellis that gave him the problem up top. And got a hand check, yeah. That's going to be the 4th team foul. With just 61 seconds left in the half, I doubt very much either team will make the bonus here. As Walsh will come out, and I'm looking for his replacement. Chapin came back in number 3 for Otter Valley. Yeah, Otter Valley needs a basket or two here at the end of the half. Just kind of get back into it, sitting psyched up for the third quarter. And again, it's an outside shot, and it's a 1 and done as Doran got the rebound. Babcock with the steal to Mazzeros to take it up. Yep. He's going to the line now. That's going to be a 2-shot foul. Following the act of shooting is Joey Mazzeros. You see the 2 shots indicated by Kirk Abrahamson. And Evan Amory is going to be coming in on the 2nd shot for Fairhaven. So Mazzeros, and boy, these are much needed free throws. And they'll miss that first shot. That's a 10-0 run now by Fairhaven. As Maynard will come out and Amory will go in and take a spot. So Mazzeros on that 2nd shot, got it. Got 1 and 2, and that's the first point in a long, long time for Otter Valley. Stannard to Amory. Well, he got in that trap and he killed the dribble, and that was his worst enemy. Babcock trying to avoid the 3rd personal foul there, played from behind, brought the hands back away. 35 seconds to go in the half. Doran to the basket, got it, count it. Beautiful, beautiful ball movement. That's Bradley Christian with the foul call. The basket's good. Chance for a 3-point play by Doran. So the big guy, Doran, getting set for chance at a 3-point play here. Will be up and then no, it'll rim out on him. Chapin with the rebound, 32 seconds to go in the half. 26-16, Fairhaven with the lead. They had a lead earlier in the ball game. I think it was 8 points. And then Otter Valley came back to take a 15-14 lead. But since that point on, it's been all Fairhaven. Kaludi with the catch, stays in bounds right on the sideline. Naylor there to guard him. We're down to 8 seconds, 7 seconds. And he's going to get it back, go to the hole, finger roll it, no good. Ball tipped back out, and that's going to be the half. Babcock will let it fly, and he just did miss it. 26-16, Fairhaven with the lead over Otter Valley in the tip-off consolation game from the Common Avenue Gym on Munger Vision. Fairhaven's going to have the basketball, get this 3rd quarter underway. They're enjoying that 10-point lead, and just remind you again, this is a consolation game of the tip-off tournament held at MSJ. The 8th year, not 8 consecutive. I remember they missed a year in between at one point, but it's the 8th tip-off tournament. And I'll have the championship game for you between Montpelier and MSJ at a later date on Channel 15. If you can't wait, just go to the website, PEGTV.com. You can watch it right on your computer, on the internet. Up and no good. Rebound, tipped around on the baseline, saved by Babcock. It comes back to Marcel, and this is going to be Breslin. Bloody lippin'. Oh, he got it. Oh, nothing but twine. And boy, those second chance points will get you in the butt, man, every time. 28-16. I believe that's the largest lead of the ball game now by either side, or either side if you're college educated. Up on the drive, no good, and Breslin, he's going to get the rebound. There's a long pass up to Doran. No look pass, and the finish by Amory. And what a start here, 30-16, and Otter Valley's going to come back with a big response, or this thing's going to be over early for them. And there was a burst of tempo, up tempo from Fairhaven. Mazzeros looks. They'll get it down to Bradley Christian. That's going to be a foul. Got him with the lower by Doran with the push. He's a big guy. Just a little nudge like that moves you right off from there. So they'll have it on the baseline. I'm just watching the interaction between Doran and George Cook on the call. Babcock to Mazzeros, who came off the screen, wasn't open. The ball tipped, and Breslin will make the steal up top, and that ball will be knocked out of his hands, and it's going to be out from Breslin, out of bounds. It'll be Otter Valley basketball. Yes, Mazzeros will have it in the corner. That's where the ball went out of bounds. And don't forget, the beginning of the ball game, it was Naylor with the basketball, number 5, who basically, I believe, scored the first 10 points for Otter Valley and kept him in the ball game, but he's been quiet since the second quarter. We're in the third now, and Fairhaven up by 14, 30-16. Chapin wanted to penetrate, and again, they're playing at the tempo that Fairhaven wants them to play at right now. I see Stannard came out to challenge. That's Chapin, gave the ball up to Naylor. Mazzeros. We're going to get a lot of passes, a lot of possession time, but not generating any good looks at the basket. Oops, I was watching down below and I counted. They rotated the ball around, got it on the weak side, down inside, got the basket, and chance for a three-point play. Basket's good, yep. So Dan Ellis, 22. Into the ball game for Nate Marcel for Fairhaven. And so at the line will be Bradley Christian. Okay, I've got all my paperwork caught up and that shot good. So it becomes a three-point play, 30-19. Now the trap after the made basket in the back court, and they'll throw over the top to Amory, and now Babcock playing with the 2 fouls, just got number 3. Yep, well, you got beat to the spot, and once you're beat to the spot, usually it's going to not be good for you. So Ellis, because that's the first team foul on Otter Valley here in this half, third on Babcock. Ellis with the catch, we'll give it off to Breslin. He'll drive all the way around the baseline, whip the pass out to Doran. He'll back into the basket and get fouled. Great job of just using his size, plus where he caught the ball, 6 feet from the bucket. And Bradley Christian will pick up the foul, and that'll send Doran to the line to shoot 2. Thought he was going to back him right down inside. He did that, and then he just muscled his way up, got fouled, going to the line. A couple free throws with 5:29 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching Munger Vision on PEGTV Channel 15 Sports. They haven't tried it yet. I don't know if they're going to try to drop down a guard to help out defensively with Doran. They'll be off the front of the rim, and it comes right down to Ellis. And he had some good offensive looks. There's a steal by Naylor, looking to jam it. No, going to just lay it up and be no good. Babcock up, got fouled. That's running the floor by Babcock. That's why you just never concede the fact on a layup. 2-0 blue will be Amory. Again, if I mispronounce that, I apologize. I've called them Amory and Amory. And I checked with the bookkeeper, the scores table, and he told me it was Longue, Amory. That'd be Amory, Longue, Amory. It's why I was a C- student. So 31-20, and this is trying to get the back down to a 10-point game right now. It was a fast start in the third quarter here for Fairhaven, because they got the lead pumped up on just back-to-back-to-back baskets. And I've watched Otter Valley now for 2 games almost, 2 full games almost. And when they go to press is when they have their most success. There's the 10-second count. That's when they have their most success, because it creates easier offense for them. Now this time they're just going to get possession back because they got the turnover and the 10 count. But when they press and they get a turnover, it's easier for their offense to get baskets now in transition like that than trying to run a half-court set. That's why they're doing very well in the first half with the press. They pulled out of it, and I don't know why. No, see off that half-court set. Shot was off the mark. Boy, now Coach Prentival's wanting to move the ball to the front court. Babcock picked off on the screen. Amory with the ball. Breslin will get in the air and double clutch pump, and Ellis saved it. No, hit the. You can wave it off. Yeah. You hit the backboard support underneath when he came up and jumped on the ball. So that's one of the reasons it's turning over to Otter Valley. So a chance here to get below 10 points, and that's what you want to do with 4:41 to go in this third quarter, as like I said, Fairhaven started off this third quarter like a house on fire. Chapin to Mazzeros. He'll drive high off the glass. No good. Tipped around. Up and no. It'll rim out on him. Off from the head of Breslin back to Mazzeros. He'll go up and they just cannot buy a bucket down there. Those were good looks, good chances, and just no cooperation from the hoop. Standard, and they're going to throw it away. Yeah. And Savage becoming the ball game for Dorn for Fairhaven. As they get everybody switched around here. It'll be Otter Valley basketball. So the Otters in those white uniforms in the consolation game finding themselves down by 11. They've had a couple chances to do that right there, get it below double digits, and they've got it down to 8 points now on Chapin's second three of the ball game, unofficially his second three. It's 31-23. And the press didn't quite create the turnover there. Is Amory able to dribble around it and get out of it? Amory at the arc, at the elbow, will go on the baseline to Savage, all the way back to Breslin up top on this offensive set. Yeah, got a hand check. They held him up top. That's going to be on Naylor. And there's nobody shooting yet. That's the first ball on Naylor. Third on the team. And they're going to bring in Walsh, number 2, and 32 coming in is Thurston. Those are both Otter Valley changes. So they look, and he had his back. He had his back to the play defensively. Never saw it happen in front of him. Easy bucket, 33-23. Oh, that's where you got to have communications. Let people know what's going on behind you. Naylor holding the ball way outside the arc, far side of the court here. And Kaludi at the scorer's table. Look at that to check in for Fairhaven just a second. Slater's in the dark blue uniforms with the lead on the defense. Walsh with the ball fake, threw it away. Yeah, they had a little miscommunication between him and Thurston. And Ellis will have to wait as Mazzero's checking back in the basketball game. That's another Otter Valley change. And Thurston, very brief visit that time to the ball game. Will come out and talk to the coaching staff. Babcock with the pressure in the back court, and they'll swing the pass back to Marcel. Marcel also slid in on that last break in the action for Fairhaven. Marcel with the ball, the one dribble gives it off on the elbow to Kaludi, along the baseline to Savage, and they're going to throw it in the back court. Nope, be over and back in violation on the Slaters, and that'll bring Dorn right back in the ball game for Fairhaven. That's a 2:51 to go. Third quarter action. Nobody in the bonus yet. Nobody got in the bonus in that first half. Been a pretty whistle-free ball game. See Mazzeros, Naylor, Babcock. Mazzeros came all the way across the baseline. Didn't have a shot open. Naylor, who hasn't met a spot on the floor he doesn't like to shoot from. And I don't mean that as a joke. I mean he's a shooter. He can shoot from anywhere on the floor. He's confident enough in his catch and delivery to the hoop. And now Cody Keith coming in the basketball game. He'll replace Mazzeros. He's got to come out for a breather, and also coming in as 0, Mitchell Reed. So Mitchell Reed coming back in for Otter Valley. And so Christian Bradley will sit down and take a little break. He's been defending against Doran out there. That's a tough matchup. Doran's got a lot of weight and height on him. A lot more size out there. Marcel with the catch. They break the press. 2:19 to go. No shot clock. Stay Vermont. Third quarter action. And good job by Cody Keith with the steal. Then he got the ball up ahead to Babcock. He'll spin, attack, up, and no. Babcock on the glass and just cannot wrestle the ball away from Dan Ellis. And that's going to be a fall on Cody Keith. And Marcel will crash and burn and spin and go down. And good sportsmanship there by Cody Keith. Fifth team foul. First on Cody Keith. Getcha now coming in number 1 for Otter Valley. He'll replace Babcock. Babcock with his 3 fouls, going to take a chance here to gather his breath for the last 2:05 of the third quarter.
Here we go, Mitch.
Of course, these teams will play each other again during the regular season. Actually, 2 more times during the regular season for Haven and Otter Valley. You just, get their schedule off umyschedule.com, and you can catch those games. One at Otter Valley, one at Fairhaven. See the calls. The falls starting to rack up quick now on Fairhaven. Otter Valley as a team. They have 16 falls now.
Josh, drop down. Mitchell, what's the big guy?
So on the baseline, Clutie will slide it into standard. And
We side, good.
for the most part, they have ran what their coaches wanted to for probably 3/4 of the ball game. And ball stripped going up. Standard comes down with it. He's triple teamed and fouled and shots now, the 1-on-1. Yeah, Walsh will officially get the foul. Standard will officially go to the line. And he's got just the 1-on-1 right here. It's a 7th team foul. That happens to 1:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. So Standard, nope. Off from the hands of Doran, comes down to Doran. He loses the handle going up. And everybody going to the floor for it. Still loose on the floor. And everybody, that's a hot potato. That's awesome stuff. That's good stuff. And I don't know who's, I think it's the jump ball. And after all that work, it's going to be Otter Valley basketball. That was good hustle by everybody in a white uniform and in a blue uniform. So Naylor to Walsh, minute 28 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Getcha got it! Josh Getcha with the 2-point shot, 25-33. Again, they're within striking distance. They're only down 8 points. And oh, what a great bounce to Clutie to the basket. Got it. Went off from Mitchell Reed's arm. Right to Clutie, and he knew what to do with it. He put it in the bucket. Getcha open, thought about it, pulled it down, goes to Naylor. 63 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Walsh to Getcha, tries it again. Not the same results this time. It's a one and done as Doran, being bothered by Cody Keith back there, will just spin around and fire the ball up to Marcel. Marcel got the start tonight. Of course, each team's done a good job of going to their benches. That'd be off from the side of the backboard and then stolen away. And Walsh, he might get it. It goes off from Getcha. They're going to call a kick. 36 seconds to go. Fairhaven will control the basketball here, or try to control the basketball here. And I think Dan Ellis, 22, will stay in the ball game, and he'll take it out of bounds right in front of the scores table. So we're going to bring Doran out with 36 seconds to go. That's a good move. No need for him to pick up a late foul here in the 3rd quarter. Also let him get a little extra rest and the break between quarters. 35-25. And I told you, this is going to be a mid-40, mid-50 point ball game. That's these two team styles. 20 seconds and counting. Breslin and Fairhaven with the ball. To have Ellis, he'll look and bring it back out. 16 seconds on the clock. Ellis inside, blocked out of there by Mitchell Reed. He said, it's not my gym, but get out of here anyways. Still plenty of time on the clock. 11.4 seconds to go. Oh, Savage came open. Easy bunny, count the basket. That's twice now this 3rd quarter that Otter Valley's allowed the Cardinals in on those inbound passes to get inside and do bunny shots, and the foul here to even make it a worse situation. So he's got a chance for a 3-point play. Yeah, so that stops the clock with exactly 10.3 seconds to go. 37-25. Stays 37-25. Going to stay. It's going to go off from Mitchell Reed out of bounds. It'll be Fairhaven basketball. So they're at 12-point lead right now, and they have a chance to extend that. We need somebody to take the ball out of bounds. Ellis will hustle down along the baseline. He'll get set to run that line play. Everybody at the free throw line, and now they'll just toss it up. 3-point shot up, and no good. Tipped around. Ellis, and got a travel called. As Walsh got inside him, and I thought it was going to be a tied-up basketball at first, but they'll call it travel. Now they'll have 4 seconds to work with. Naylor being ridden by Breslin, lets it fly. That's the 3rd quarter over. 37-25, a 12-point lead for Fairhaven over Otter Valley. In the consolation games, we head into the 4th quarter from the Common Avenue Gym on Munger Vision. So we're set for the 4th quarter. What could be the final quarter? There's always the possibility of overtime looming. It's only a 12-point ball game, but right now, Otter Valley cannot. They've had the tendency at the start of each of the first 3 quarters of giving up a quick start to Fairhaven. There it is. They take the ball away. It's Babcock and Getcha. Bradley Christian with the ball. He'll go back to Babcock. But Sarah Valley cannot allow, being the last quarter, you're down by a dozen, a fast start to Fairhaven here for this fourth quarter. And they started off well with the steal of takeaway. Then they gave the ball up themselves down inside. That's going to be standard. Might have been partially blocked. We got a foul called afterwards. Mazzeros got the ball, and he was fouled. Now Marcel will come in for standard for Fairhaven. No pressure in the backcourt from Fairhaven, and Getcha looks like he's going to run the point. And Getcha will come off to Chapin, and Chapin. Getcha play a little toss. Getcha's got a three-point shot tonight, a three-point basket. This right now the defense is extended on the perimeter to him. There's no way for him to get the shot off right now. Babcock wants to drive, not happening. Gives it the baseline to Mazzeros. Back to Babcock. That's a long three-pointer, and it's good for Babcock. Yeah, and they didn't get the press set this time. It was much harder after a made basket. Oh, they had Doran open to swing in like a hawk, swoop in there and get the ball, and they just didn't get it to him across the court. Now they want to spread the floor, overload one side. Tell you what, that's a great move by Doran. If somebody, and it's a big thing to do, would have just taken the pathway and stood there, they would have had him easily for the offensive foul. But I know I'd move pretty quick too if I saw the big guy coming at me. And Fairhaven had a little trouble understanding what the coach wanted for a defense. Now they're set into it. They roll the ball inside, and a basket by Bradley Christian. He's played extremely well tonight, considering that he's being outsized down low. 39-30, Fairhaven by 9. Ellis give the ball back to Amory, and Marcel had the touch, came back to Breslin. Breslin, there's the baseline, needs some help defense. Good step out on the defense right there. And here's the outlet pass. It's a 1-on-2. And Babcock, boy, I don't know how they didn't call it travel. I don't know how they didn't call it charge or a block. But they let it all go, and here comes Fairhaven at the other end. Up, and now this is going to be interesting. They're going to count it. They're going to count the bucket. So Breslin, coast to coast. It'll be Getcha called for the foul. The lead goes back to 11, and chance for 12 here as they go to the line for a three-point play. Yeah, and Breslin's going to step up to the line. I remember he missed quite a bit of the first half because I think it was his lip. He had a bloody lip or something around the mouth area. Got it, 42-30. 5:52 and the clock running now. Fairhaven with the lead, looking to win the consolation game. Also get their first win of the season. Naylor thought about going left, thought about going right, and then brought the ball back to Chapin, and that's going to be off from Marcel. It's going to stay down this in the floor at Otter Valley. So then again, we're not to the point yet where every possession is critical. Oh, they're going to go Fairhaven basketball. My apologies. So it's big turnover as it goes to Fairhaven. On that good pressure defense, Breslin will reverse it back to Amory, and he'll throw into the front court to Marcel. And he'll throw all the way cross court. Nice catch by Breslin. Yet they wanted to go down to Doran, and that time they did drop the guard down, take away the passing lane. And he's going to take it. It's a 3-ball, and it rattles around. Doran will get it put on the floor. One step to the hole, and count it, count it, count it! Oh, what a cool shot. Basket's good. On the arm, going to get another chance here for a three-point play as he just tossed the ball up over the back of his head and in. There's some discussion on the call, but it's a good call. It's a foul, and foul was called on Chapin, his first personal, team's 10th. But this is the chance for a three-point play and a made free throw, and Doran will be off the front of the rim. Zeros has got it, and he's got to push the ball now. He goes past Doran, up, and no, the tip-in. Bradley just seemed to have it timed perfectly. The ball wouldn't cooperate with him, didn't drop down to the hole. Nice catch by Ellis. Now he'll throw back to the trailer and play Breslin hard off his hands. Didn't really get that far away from him. Zeros will go down to pass to Marcel from the wing. No good, and Doran coming in. Boy, I'm not sure. They're going to call Doran for the foul, push from behind. So again, now we're getting to 4:53 and a 14-point lead for Fairhaven. We're getting to the point now where they've got to come up with points every trip down the floor. I'm talking about Otter Valley, whether it's just 1 point on a made free throw or 2 or 3, but they need something off possessions now. Because with the lead, Fairhaven does know how to spread the floor out and let the clock run. Another turnover by Otter Valley, and there's a travel by Marcel. Yeah, he picked up that pivot foot. He stutter-stepped it. And Getcha waiting to take the ball out of bounds on the far side. As Marcel out of the ball game for Fairhaven. And Stannard back in, number 31. You see Chapin just lobbed the ball into Naylor. He had 10 first quarter points, or first half points. Mazzeros blocked, swatted out there back to Mazzeros. That was the big block in there by Stannard. He'll take it in, and Mazzeros will try to draw the foul. He did, and boy, if he could have got the basket to drop with it. And so they're going to have Todd Savage, number 30. He's on at the scores table for Fairhaven, as that was Doran had picked up the foul. It's going to be his 4th personal, team 6. And Mazzeros at the line with clock stopped at 4:14 to go, and a 14-point lead for Fairhaven Slaters. Mazzeros up and got it. And Savage in for Doran. He'll sit down with those 4 fouls. Much better ball game tonight for Doran. They got him involved early in the offense. That's off the front of the rim. Mazzeros will go up and jump ball. Good hustle by Mazzeros. Nobody boxed out the shooter, and he just went in there and got it, and Mazzeros will have to wait. It's his timeout called by Coach Walsh, and then it'll happen with 4:12 to go. 44-31. Fairhaven with the lead over Otter Valley in his consolation game from the Common Avenue Gym. So it's an Otter Valley timeout, and we'll see what they've come up with. They set the box formation up as Naylor looks inside. Nothing there. Just lob it up to Bradley Christian. He'll make the grab and get you with the basketball. And they'll again look for Naylor from the 3-point shot, and he's going to have his 3rd 3 of the ball game. I'm waiting. Is it officially? No, it's just a 2-point shot. He must have his foot right near the arc. Kaludi, a little tiptoe move there. They didn't call for the travel. The crowd with a big ooh behind them, but no travel called. And again, during that timeout, Coach Pervo was talking about spreading the floor out. Look at that little hook shot inside, and they're going to fall. Ellis knew it, 7th foul, and there'll be shots now. Yeah, the 1-on-1. George Cook just realizing that. So big break for Otter Valley now. That'll be 1-on-1 for the rest of the night if they don't get into the double bonus. But they'll stop the clock and give the Otters a chance to score without the clock moving. And it's going to be Naylor going to the line. And it's a 44-33 ball game. Rick Naylor got 12 points in the ball game tonight. He'll be off the mark there. Savage will get the rebound, give it to Breslin. They've let the trap, well, he took too long, and the trap developed, and he's able to slide along the baseline to Ellis, up ahead to Kaludi. Kaludi, pass tip, gets to Savage, blocked down, and grabbed by Naylor, and got a foul called. You see the call here by Coach Kirk Abrahamson, the official, and Savage will be called for the foul, and that's going to be the 1-on-1. They're going to send Naylor back to the line. Again, he's taking his 12 points to the line now. With 3:29 to go. Again, this is just what I really want. A grind it out last 3.5 minutes. And that is the 8th team foul now on Fairhaven. So they're just 2 away from the double bonus. Of course, Otter Valley's got to take advantage of these situations, and they'll miss back-to-back front ends of the 1-on-1. Potential for 4 points there. It's Breslin. There, they're able to get the ball to the middle of the floor, and that's going to be the spot on the floor. It's opening this press. Breslin, Mazzeros there defensively. This is Getcha on Kaludi. Now Fairhaven is a master at this, spreading the floor and just taking time off the clock. You see Breslin with the catch. They'll spin it down to Ellis. Ellis in the corner, and he's got the shorter defender, so he's able just to throw over the top. And it's going to be a fall down inside, and 2 shots coming up. Bradley Christian called for the fouls. Savage got position about 8 feet from the basket, and yeah, and it's going to be the double bonus the rest of the night. It's going to be the well over the 10-team limit now. Again, now this last 30 seconds of this 4th quarter, taking almost 3.5 minutes to play, as neither team reached the bonus in the first half. They're at 19 fouls combined now here in this second half of play. Getcha out, and Thurston came in to take his spot. That's 32 for Otter Valley out there, Thurston. As Savage will be up and short on that shot. Also came right down in the hands of Chapin. He's going to bring it down the floor himself. So Chapin will cruise into the front court, get to the elbow, and boy, he passed up the three ball. He's got a three-pointer tonight. Mazzeros, they don't have a lot of time to take off each possession, and they try to penetrate and almost had the ball taken away from him. Chapin will take the three-point shot this time and be off the mark, and the rebound will kick to the side and be controlled by Breslin. Breslin will come right up the sideline, and he wants to get the ball back to the middle of the floor as quick as he can, and going to be standard along that sideline. And you can see Mazzeros trying to draw the foul. Will hit the floor. Ellis to Kaludi, and yeah, he was, for his sake, I'm glad he didn't take the shot. Coach came right off the bench after him. They want to spread the floor and make him chase and just keep reversing it like this, taking it right to him, or make him follow him, one or the other. Breslin will pick it up at the last second and then find Kaludi. And boy, off the backboard on the pass, and here comes Mazzeros in a must-score transitional play here. Naylor, got it. Three-pointer for Naylor. Timeout by Otter Valley, and they'll have the lead cut down to 8 now at 44-36. Naylor with 3 threes tonight. I have at 15 points unofficially for the Otters. So just a tad under 2 minutes to go, and after that timeout, you can see Otter Valley come out and set their half-court defense up. Ellis, they'll reverse it to Amory. Amory to Ellis. There's a nice catch by Standard. They'll give it to Breslin. 1:45 to go. Oh, Chapin almost able to get the steal. Got in the air and knocked the pass down. Came right back to Fairhaven. It's going to be Amory with the ball being chased by Mazzeros. Ellis, well, with such a deficit, I'm wondering how far they'll let the clock wind down before they foul. Doran, boy, he took some steps. No, he's going to get foul called. And I believe it's going to be on 31, Christian Bradley. Yes. Yeah, so Doran at the line, and he's going to be getting 2 shots here. And that stops the clock with 1:26 to go. The big guy who steps up to the line with an opportunity to increase that 8-point lead. And he does. That's rattling it home right there. Second shot, much better. Makes it a 10-point ball game with just 1:26 to go. Naylor, up, no good, and no whistle on the play. Picked up by Doran. They'll come back to Breslin. Well, if they're going to stay with it, they're going to have to foul immediately. Ellis with a nice effort. There's a weak side rebound. Standard turns, fires, tipped up and in. That's going to be the ball game. 48-36, and Fairhaven's going to get their first win of the year. They'll win the consolation game here against Otter Valley. Said the Otters had a 15-14 lead in that first half, and then it was a 10-0 run by Fairhaven unofficially. And from that point on, Fairhaven took the lead and never looked back again. And that foul will be on Standard. It'll be his second 19 foul. 51 seconds to go. 48-36. And so Rick Naylor back at the line. Like I said, I have him unofficially with 15 tonight. All I know is he's got 3 threes, and he was hot early on. He kept Otter Valley in the ballgame single-handedly in the opening frame here. That'll be up and got them both this time. Don't forget those series 2 of front ends and one-on-ones that Otter Valley missed from the free throw line. They'll start. Doran will stop. And timeout called. Yeah, that's a good call. So for Fairhaven will have a timeout. They want to discuss the press, and with 46 seconds to go, Slater's up by 10. Ellis will take the ball out of bounds for Fairhaven. A little brief moment of laughter there as they said something to Breslin, and they'll set the screen, set Amory in the backcourt. He'll bring it all the way to this near side. And one thing important to remember, it sounds simple-minded, but it's just keep your dribble alive in a situation like this. And they need somebody to pass the ball to. Ellis came back, made himself available for the ball, 31 seconds to go. And Otter Valley going to get a break there as Breslin travels. Coach Prenevos will get up off his knees after he just couldn't believe that. He's a very animated young man, Mr. Coach Prenevos does. 28 seconds, and the Otters need a 10-point shot here. As Naylor, Doran stepped out as if to make a steal on the ball. Naylor just dribbled by him. 0, 16 seconds to go. They'll bring the ball down the side. Doran will make the steal, and yet the Slaters will seal it up now as they'll get the win over Otter Valley. And congratulations to Fairhaven. Good effort by Otter Valley. And it's early season action. They're only going to get better. Get out there, support your student athletes in whatever town you're in or what city. But congratulations to Fairhaven. They're going to win the consolation game 48-38, right where the score had to be, right in that mid-40s, mid-50s range. And